Hey everybody, welcome to 307 Country. Got a little project in the house this morning. My water heater crapped out on us. So we're going to change out a water heater. So I'll show you the current one that's not working, and then we'll dig into the one that we're replacing it with and see what we need for supplies, make sure I got everything before I tear into it. Alright, so this is our water heater, tankless water heater, electric. This one I wasn't real impressed with it. It got put in before I moved here, but the elements in there keep tripping, so they're going out. So had to buy a new one. Went over and did that over the weekend. Had to drive into Idaho Falls, go to Home Depot and get one. So what I got is a Rheem. I'll put it up on the table here and we'll tear into it. Alright. This is a Rheem. What's the model number? Retex 36. So it's a 36 kilowatt tankless water heater. Electric. We don't have natural gas or propane here. So everything we've got is electric. Which is why we burn a lot of wood in the winter. There is electric heaters in this house, but they're actually, most of them are all turned off. They use a lot of power. And it goes upside down. Instruction book. We don't need no tinking instructions. That one's on there. There we go. All right. So you got an inlet, outlet, big knockout for electrical. And they're 3/4 male fittings, so I need 3/4 females, which is not what I have. So I'm gonna have to get some 3/4 females. Got screws to mount, and I almost guarantee you those aren't on 16-inch centers. Those are about 20 inches apart. Let's see how I can just pull those screws there. Pull these two screws to get into it, top and bottom. Well, had water in it. Oh, that's what went flying. The temperature knob that goes on there. Alright. Well, let's see. Let me grab a screwdriver and open this up. See if my electrical connector will fit. I might have to get a different one. I had a couple 3/4 inch couplers, female couplers, in brass, obviously. I could make what I've got work. The other thing, that our current water heater doesn't have a neutral running to it, so I may have to run another wire from my breaker panel into the water heater. I don't know, we'll see. I hope not, because that will be a little bit of a pain. I don't know if you can see me or not. Probably not. This water heater is quite a bit bigger than the one we got, obviously. So hopefully it'll work a lot better than the one we have. It's probably a 2 or 3 gallon a minute water heater, and with our water temperatures, groundwater temperature, I'll bet our well water isn't over 40 degrees. So that little water heater, about all you can do is take a shower or alright, let's see. So 2/0, neutral, and but that's a ground. So let's see what I got for yep, that ain't gonna work. I have 3/4 inch conduit, and I'm gonna need 1 inch. So, alright, well, I'm gonna run to town and get a few things, and we'll be back and get to work on this. See you in a few. Alright, well, after doing a little looking on that new water heater, I need way more power than I've got here, so I gotta run some new wires, but we'll get this one taken out, and then my electrician will come over and start helping me figure stuff out. I'm just checking to make sure power's off. I shut the breaker off, but yep, no power. So we'll go ahead and get this one disconnected and get the new one mounted, and then when my electrician comes, we'll start playing with the wiring. Turns out I need 4 breakers, 40 amp breakers, running 8 wires plus a ground. So it's going to be quite the power suck when the water heater's running, but it won't be running full tilt all the time either. I think it'll do 7 to 10 gallons a minute or something like that, but we're not going to need that much water running through it most of the time. So alright, we got that. Grab cutters. We'll cut these pipes. It's probably going to make a little bit of water mess, but not too bad. I got most of the water drained out pretty well, evidently. That's the supply side. There we go. Grab a towel, throw on the floor here. Probably going to need, well, I know I'm going to need bigger conduit too. So I got to run all new conduit. Quite the ordeal. Oh, he's got that zip tied. The guy that did this, I'm not real impressed. He's actually married to my ex-wife. And no, I didn't hire him to put this in. This was put in before I moved here. It was actually put in. Actually, him and my ex-wife were probably together when this got put in, but Paul and I weren't together at that point, and so she thought he was a decent enough electrician, and he got the job done, so I guess that's something. But and the screwy thing is really, well, not the screwy thing, but we are eventually going to move our water heater and pressure tank and everything into the crawl space, because this wall that this is all mounted on is going to be torn out and to make our bathroom bigger. But that'll be for another time. Another project, we got a clawfoot tub we want to put in there. This bathroom, the bathroom that's behind this wall just has a shower in it, so we're going to redo that. But there's that one off the wall. Now we are going to figure out where to mount this other one at. I'm going to pull this conduit off here. So let me get the other one figured out, and we'll come back. Alright, well, I got mounting location figured out. So we'll get these fittings put on here. Everybody I talk to, oh, you should have went propane, or you should have went natural gas, or even my electrician, he's like, holy cow, that thing takes a lot of power. You should have went propane. I said, well, you know, this water heater was $650. I'd have probably had to spend about the same on a propane one. We don't have natural gas out here. There's a lot of natural gas in the ground. They could drill a well, but that's pretty expensive. Or I could call a propane company, have them bring a tank out. Then I'd have to get it all plumbed in, dig trenches, backfill. And there's not really a very feasible place for a propane tank here. So I'd be digging a trench through either tree roots or the septic tank system, which there's trees over there. I mean, it just would have been a wreck. So this is what I got. It would be nice to have natural gas here, but it's just not an option. So we'll get these on here. This is for 3/4 inch PEX tubing, which is what is running through the house. That other water heater, they had everything necked down to 1/2 inch because that's what the hot water heater had for fittings. That was a really small water heater for what it was meant to do. Definitely undersized for this house. Go on the inside and grab that. And outside when I was pinching my pliers once I got it tight. Oh, it's got it pretty tight. Yeah, we'll go get this mounted on the wall. I actually got a few screws screwed in, and we'll just stick it up there, screw it in, hook up some pipes. Alright, this calls for 12-inch clearance above it, so I got 12 inches up there, and about 12 3/8. Get her screwed to the wall here. So only 2 of those screws are in studs. Like I said, I thought it was about 20 inches apart. It's about 19 and a half. So I may run another screw in here, be about right here where this other stud is. I'll just drill a hole and run a screw in there. But for now, that's got that. I've got my PEX pipe. Don't really need anything there. I've got some red for the hot side just to do it nice and pretty. Could actually make that bottom a little shorter, but wow, what a cluster. Oh, let's see, when we get the rings, if anybody doesn't know how to do this stuff, they got little copper rings you put on the pipe. Stick it on the fitting. And then they've got crimp pliers. There are several different styles. These are offsets. Come in pretty handy on stuff. And then you just crimp the ring on there. Voila. Now the red, I've got it out in the hot tub. It's going to be a little tough to get that bend in it, but let's see if getting it warm will help it. I'll be back in a minute. Well, I forgot to start the camera to put this hot side on. What I had to do, pushed it down in the shark bite, cut it off, and then I took 3 of the screws out so I could rotate this up and drop it into the pipe. I had that out in the hot tub getting warm, so I could flex it a little bit. It seemed to help a little bit. Go ahead and crimp this on here. Now, should be able to have hot water once I get wired up. But the water supply is there, so I may cut this bottom line down here. I guess you can't see that. It's got a pretty good bend in it. Right there. This bend here, I could straighten that out if I take some length out of this. So I might do that. Then the next thing will be wiring. Get it wired up. Then we'll be having hot water. But it needs 4 sets of line wires. So 4 different breakers. 40 amp breakers. All of them running 8 AWG wire. So I gotta have a conduit big enough to fit 8 wires plus a ground. I need the wire, I need some conduit, so yeah, it's gonna be a project. But anyway, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Alright, we got it wrapped up. Electrician came over. It was actually quite a process. Ran a new conduit, so the old hole there where the old conduit was, I need to do something with that. But once we remodel the bathroom, that'll all be gone. Then I'll have 4 holes there, or 3 that I need to move. But did redo the cold side supply line. I wasn't happy with the way it angled across there. Do like the water heater. It's got an adjustable temperature, which I really like. You know, like when we're filling the hot tub, if I have it on 135 degrees, you can't turn the valve completely on because it runs too much water through there and it doesn't heat it up fast enough. So I can turn it down to 105, 104, and turn the water on more so I fill the hot tub up quicker. But yeah, our breaker panel over there, that thing was just a disaster. Always has been just a spaghetti bowl. And so when the electrician was on his way over, before he got here, after I got everything mounted up, and I didn't record any of it, but I pulled, I don't know, probably 10 circuits out of there, just wires that were going to stuff that we don't use, or they were dead-headed. There's a lot of stuff that was in the electrical heat department of this house, I guess you'd say. And we don't use that. It's all abandoned pretty much. So I pulled all those circuits out, got rid of all those 220 breakers. So now it's a lot cleaner. We pretty much redid the whole panel. So yeah. Anyway, that's got it wrapped up. We're really happy with it. It works good. And I love on-demand hot water heaters because you can just take a shower as long as you want. And with this one, we can run the dishwasher, you know, laundry, whatever, all at the same time and never run out of hot water. So anyway, just want to say thanks for stopping by and watching. And I really appreciate everybody commenting and being here. So hope everybody's doing well, and we'll see you on the next one. 307 out.